In this video, I'm going to give you the 5 tips I tell the students almost every day to become more accurate with a pistol. As a firearms instructor that I've been doing this for almost 15 years now, I see the same problem over and over and over again. The YouTube channel, I answer the same questions over and over and over again. And I think if we can identify your problems at the range, then you can start solving them. And when you start solving them, you're going to increase your accuracy. And that's what you're all about, right? Now you want to be more accurate with a pistol. And it all starts really, guys, with a mindset. You have to have some confidence. A lot of people come to the range and are a little intimidated by it. These rubber gun guys, I'm going to be pointing at the camera and everything. There's no actual bullets in this. It's rubber. It won't fire for the powers to be. So when you have a firearm in your hand, some people look at this firearm as a tool, which that's what you should look at it. Some people look at this as a deadly weapon. Technically, is this a deadly weapon? Well, this isn't because it's rubber, but if you had a real gun in your hand, people are born in states that criminalize the weapon as much as they can. And when someone sees a firearm, we got to break that first. So a mental mindset is that this is a tool, and a tool needs to be operated by a craftsman. And that's what you become once you get all these tips. So tip number 1 is a mindset. Tip number 2, let's get a proper grip. I see a lot of different weird grips, and grip will affect your accuracy due to the fact that you're going to get some muzzle flip, some challenging things. So what we want to do is make sure, I've showed you this before, but you want to make sure you're high on the tang. No reel, you want to be high as you can. Then you want to have your finger here, grabbing a hold. And then you're going to open your grip, turn your hand sideways to get your thumbs and the wrist angled in, and push it out in front of you. Now guys, there's plenty of videos on our website about grip, but grip is very important. Because what it does is it's really your only point of contact on the weapon, if you think about it. A handgun is the most challenging weapon to shoot. Take a rifle, for instance. You got your right hand, your left hand, your shoulder, and your cheek. Shotgun, the same. Handguns, you only have 2 points of contact. In most people, because they're right-handed or left-handed, doesn't really matter, they're going to squeeze harder with their dominant hand. It's just natural than your non-dominant hand. And what we need to make sure that when we're controlling the weapon, that we have more power coming from our non-dominant hand than our dominant hand. Because if we over torque with our right hand, the pistol will roll off to the right. And same thing if you're left-handed, it's going to roll off to the left. So our job really is to make sure that we level the gun out here. And that's going to help us be in control. If you give it slack, for instance, the weapon wants to pull up in the front like that. The higher we are on the tang, the less chance it's going to lift on us. So grip is kind of that thing you got to get your head around. It's very important for us. All right. So, oh, there goes the glasses. Number 3 would be a decent trigger press. A lot of people at the range are banging that trigger as hard as they can, or they're anticipating it and getting a real thing. I can kind of demonstrate here by just slapping the plastic gun. You see how that manipulation that's happening? Well, at 15 feet, that's going to be shooting low. We want to make sure when we get this weapon, we got a good grip, we got the mindset, and we push this out, and we're slowly engaging that trigger back until it cuts. Once you start understanding trigger travel, how much the trigger moves, it becomes a lot easier for you to get some of the slack out prior to shooting the pistol, and you won't have all that travel in the trigger assembly. Remember, it's on a pivot point, and we've got to get it back. we want to use the tip of our finger, not the crease, to engage the trigger. Because the more finger we put in this weapon, the more chances we're going to pull the weapon off the left. And commonly, a right-handed student shoots a pistol low and left. And the more they've got the low and left thing, it causes a lot more challenging things for us. You can have crappy stance, you can have a powerful grip, but if you got a shitty trigger pull, you got a shitty that trigger's going to change everything for us. And it's going to make it a lot more challenging for us. Once we've got that figured out, I think the next thing is I think people are shooting too many rounds in a pistol. I probably answer, this morning I answer all my comments from people. And I did a video about 2 weeks ago maybe, about how to load a magazine. It's one of our popular videos. And everyone's telling me, well, I can't get it, I can't do this. Let me tell you what you need to do. In the range, 5 shots at a time. Why 5 shots, John? The magazine takes 16. Because after 5 shots, you're along for the ride. How much more control can you give the weapon if you can't continuously hold on to it properly? And everybody, not just you, it's everybody. Whether you're a woman or a man or a teenager, we only can have so much power for so long. And when we put 15 rounds in a gun or 16 rounds in a gun, after the 6th round, we're along for the ride. So if you will just take a couple weeks and just put 5 rounds in the magazine at a time, you'll see how your accuracy will increase tremendously due to the fact that you only have 5 shots in the gun, and most of us control the recoil management in the 5 shots. The challenge is once we get past 5, get to 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, whatever you go to, you're just losing your power on the weapon itself, and you're losing your levelness of it, and it's going up and down and right and left. If you were to just slowly get the 5 shots down, what are you getting? You're getting 5 sight alignments. You're getting 5 trigger pulls. You're getting 5 sight alignments. You're getting grip, decent grip. You're getting everything together, and then you're starting to build that repetition, because you got to be controlling the weapon to actually engage. Realistically, we don't need to be bullseye shooters, guys. Shoulders to groin is a vital triangle. If it's in this spot, you win. But we like to be a little bit more confident at the weapon. Where I point this is where the bullet should impact, not below, not low and left, not all over the place, and not you having the confidence to know that if I point it out to the target, it's going to go somewhere approximately where I'm aiming. All right? And probably the biggest challenge for most people is not having the weapon in your line of sight. If you're right-handed and you're right eye dominant, the weapon needs to be over your dominant eye. If you are left-handed and left eye dominant, the weapon needs to be over your left eye. If you're right-handed and left eye dominant, the weapon needs to be over your left eye. And if you're left-handed and right eye dominant, the weapon needs to be over your right eye. And there is the challenge of most people, because most people shoot the pistol right here, over their nose. They get their feet shoulder width apart, or 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, and they put the gun directly over their nose, or they put directly over their body. And that causes us to shoot low already, low and left, because the gun should be over your nose. It should be up here in your dominant eye. You have that horizontal and vertical plane. And we need to make sure that weapon's over our dominant eye and in our line of sight. That is a big accuracy killer, because most people put the pistol here, directly over their nose, and they're looking over the pistol. We cannot look over a pistol. We have to look through the sighting system, and the sighting system, the weapon needs to be up in your dominant eye, your vertical line and your horizontal line. And that's what it needs to be. Now, if we want to aim this pistol, the challenge of most people, what would they do? They turn their wrist to get it there. We don't turn our wrist to get it there. We turn our waist to get it there. Think about a pole between your two hips here, and you want to bend on that pole. And the more we start bending with our waist, we'll be able to aim a lot better because this will keep the weapon level. And when we bend at our waist, a level pistol will always shoot level, guys. I'm going to have you do one thing for me. Go ahead and watch this video we got coming up next. It's going to give you a lot of information that I just explained to you about vertical and horizontal plane. Guys, I'm a firearms instructor. I do this for a living, and I specialize in you. Now, we do a lot of ebooks, and I'm going to give you one for free. Go ahead and check the cart below and check out the books we have. What are they about? Grip, stance, trigger control, sight picture, sight alignment. And pick one you like, put it in the cart, put free book at checkout, and it's yours. Now, remember, guys, these are downloadable books. They don't download instantly. People have sometimes a hard time trying to figure the download thing out. It's pretty simple. Just hover down below, and you'll find it downloads. We don't get everybody to have a problem, but if you have a problem, you can't download it, go ahead and contact us. We'll send them to you other ways. Not everyone is computer savvy, so. Appreciate you very much. Check out this next video we got coming up. I think you'll enjoy it, and it's going to really help you pinpoint your accuracy and make you more confident and more accurate at the range. Until next time, God bless, be safe, and remember, you are your first line defense. We'll see you, folks.